Welcome to my channel, Sweet Smiley. Today we are making homemade muffins. With the recipe we're using, we'll get authentic classic muffins, fluffy and delicious. We can decorate them with chocolate, nuts or sugar. Pay attention to the video as I'm going to show you some tips to get perfect muffins. For the muffins, we'll need wheat flour 210 grams, white sugar 175 grams, 2 eggs, whole milk 60 milliliters, mild olive oil 190 milliliters, chemical yeast 8 grams equals to half a packet, baking soda a whole packet, powdered cinnamon, lemon or orange zest, and a pinch of salt. It is very important for the ingredients to be at room temperature to avoid the dough to separate in any moment while wiping. We will also need the following tools and materials: a big bowl to mix the ingredients in, a strainer to sift some ingredients, spatulas, a cupcake mold, muffin cups, a manual beater, pastry tube, and an electric beater, though you can use a manual one only. We'll start off with the dry ingredients. We put together the flour, the yeast and the baking soda. We sift those three ingredients and mix them up a little with the beater to properly combine the yeast and the baking soda with the flour, so we get uniform muffins. We add cinnamon to our liking, the lemon or orange zest, and a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. We stir with the beater to combine all the ingredients. In another bowl, we beat at medium speed the eggs with the sugar for around 10 minutes, as they have to triple their volume and get white. We need to get this texture. We slightly decrease the speed and progressively add the milk. Once the milk is mixed up, we slowly add the mild olive oil, being only a trickle. We must avoid substituting the mild olive oil for any other kind of fat if we want to keep the old traditional flavor. Once it is all added, we mix it up well until it's fully combined. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients to our previous mixture. To do so, we'll use the manual beater in a circular motion while adding the ingredients until we get a homogeneous dough. We'll let the dough settle in the bottom part of the fridge between 1 and 24 hours, as the temperature contrast will make the muffins rise way further when baking. I'm letting the dough settle inside a pastry tube, so the muffin cups get easier to fill. If you do not have a pastry tube or don't want to use one, you can cover the dough with a clean cloth in the same bowl you have prepared it. Once we have let the dough settle for as long as we want it to, we preheat the oven to 250 degrees Celsius with top and bottom heat and no fan. If you do want to activate the fan, just reduce the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius. We prepare the cupcake molds and we place whichever cups we wish in them. If you don't have any muffin mold, you can use individual molds and put the cup in. And if you don't have any mold at all, don't worry. The only thing you have to do is putting 2 cups together and place them on the oven tray. By placing 2 cups, you'll avoid them to open while baking and deform the muffins. I'm using these cups as I believe they'll give the muffins a traditional touch. We fill each cup until 3/4 of its capacity, otherwise they'll overflow during the baking, ruining our muffins. Once the dough is distributed among the cups, you can decorate them as you fancy. I put a pinch of sugar to give them that lifelong look. We reduce the temperature of the oven to 220 degrees Celsius and put the muffins in. We bake them for 12 to 15 minutes. As you may know, that depends a lot on the type of oven and everyone's liking. Either using cupcake molds, individual molds, or no mold at all, it's very important to place the muffins on top of the oven tray and not on the grill during the baking, as the heat is conducted in a better and more uniform way. We must not open the oven while baking. With this recipe, I managed to get 12 muffins. And so we have our homemade muffins, so fluffy and delicious, and bearing that traditional look. Just notice how well they look and how fluffy they are. Now it's time to enjoy them for breakfast, elevenses, or afternoon snack. Any moment is good enough to sink your teeth into one of these. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Every Wednesday, we will bring you a new recipe to do at home. If you don't want to miss our videos, subscribe to our channel. Sweet Smiley. See you next week.